look, you can be a prisoner of the moment, it'd be great next year, but having virtually all the talent, except for Boston and, most of the talent, the overwhelming in the Western Conference is not good.
Well, it's not from a perspective of having competitive nature. It's not. But I do believe that it's the right of a player to be able to go to a situation that best fits his needs. I truly do believe that. Because we fought so long in the NBA to be able to, one, get TV money, to be able to go to different teams we want, to get paid the way we want. So mobility from that perspective, I think, is an option. In this league itself, through the CBA, what the NBA wanted to do was to enhance your max deals to have players stay where they're at. That's the only kind of profession that does that. You have to be able to go out. It's just like you, Whit. You went from ESPN to another place to somewhere else because you felt necessary to do it.
I'm not dependent upon some fan base in one city that tries to build attachment to players and then they are just popping in and out. They're destroying the whole team concept. I don't like it.
Would you feel differently? Because I'm trying to get what your argument is. Let's say, hypothetically, those three, Kawhi, LeBron, Paul George, are going to go to Boston or somewhere in the East. Would you feel differently?
Slightly. I think that would be better. I think it would be better for the league if there was more balance. But overall, I don't like players choosing, I'm going here, 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 here. Listen, when you're making the kind of money the NBA is paying these guys, the league has to have some form of control. It just can't be total player freedom. Someone has to be looking out for the overall health of the league. This event, if San Antonio getting done like this, the Indiana Pacers had it happen to them last year with Paul George. It's not great for the small market cities and those fan bases.
Here's the thing, it's not entirely new. Like, we forget, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar demanded a trade from Milwaukee to the Lakers. Moses Malone forced his way out of Houston. He felt unappreciated and went to Philadelphia with Dr. J. They won a title. Shaq left Orlando, a great situation, went to the Lakers. I mean, Charles Barkley did it in Houston. Like, it feels new. And I think maybe social media, maybe daily talk shows, the fact that we focus on it so much more now, I think that, I'm not saying it's not a little different, but I think we forget that this has happened a lot in the past.
Whitlock, I know you're a big 80s basketball fan, as was I, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Did you know that from 1980 to 1989, the prime league when Bird and Magic came in and made it huge, only 5 teams got to the finals? From 2010 to 2018, 8 teams have gotten to the finals. So this idea that the league's too top-heavy, it's not true. I know the Warriors are amazing and better than everybody else, but there have been a lot of teams this decade get to the finals. And to the second point, like, I just don't understand. You're pro player a lot, in a lot of cases. This is pro player over the owners, over the league. Let these guys go where they want. Let them have fun. I don't understand why you're so teaming up and joining forces.
Well, one, I literally have virtually no respect for what the Golden State Warriors have done with Kevin Durant. I think it's cowardly what Durant did and basically the team. But listen, man, I'm for the players making as much money as they can possibly make. But I also have to be for the fans and making sure that experience is protected because at the end of the day, more than a talk show host, I'm a sports fan. And seeing Paul George bully his way out of Indiana bothers me.
It worked out for your Pacers.
Yeah, it did, but for the moment. We'll see over the long haul. But you invest that kind of, look, Reggie Miller playing in Indiana for 17 years, that's a great experience for me as a Pacer fan. I just think that's the experience most fans want to have. And so you'll hear me talk a lot, I'm pro player, but mostly I'm pro fan because there's more fans than there are players.
Here's my thing, though, and I'm going to push back on this. For years, owners have always had control over mobility of players, okay? I remember I'm in Golden State, I'm in Philadelphia, owner telling me the
Jimmy
coach
played in 12 cities.
But
what are you complaining about?
No, this is what I'm complaining about because I didn't have control over where I went.
You went everywhere, Jim.
But it doesn't matter. I'm playing for Philadelphia. Larry Brown tells me, well, I'm going to get you to a championship caliber team. Golden State is calling, but we're not talking to him. He sends me to Golden State. I don't want to play at Golden State, but I don't have a choice. Now, when I got traded from Houston to New Orleans, I took a stand and said, you know what? I'm not going. I'm 33 years old. I want to play on a winner. I don't want you to dictate. You know what New Orleans told me? We're going to find you every day you're not here. I said, you know what? Go ahead and find me. Because I'm at this point in my career, I don't want to go.
I'm malcontent.
Yeah, I am. You better believe it.
Jim Jackson.
You better believe it. But I got to Phoenix, and I got to enjoy playing basketball again.
Y'all won a title?
It don't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. But we were great. But my point is, I had a level of control that I didn't have before. That's what these players have. They have a level of control where now they can dictate where their happiness, not only their finances, but where their happiness is at. And you can't take that away.
Now, Jason,
owners had it too long.
Listen, I got to tell you, I know you don't like this. This is coming to the NFL. You just saw that deal that Kirk Cousins did, a short deal so he can hit the market. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is back there saying, man, I wish I had some more control. These guys aren't building a team around me. He's seeing what these NBA guys are doing, these millennials. They're stockpiling talent, winning championships. You don't tell me NFL players want that?
Look, it may happen. It won't happen with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to leave Green Bay. I think he's smart enough to realize his, Bart Starr to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, that brand is so valuable long after his career is over by keeping that career in Green Bay. That's what a lot of guys don't realize, particularly in football, but I even think in basketball. Having one city associated with you. I was talking to someone, and this is a little sidetrack, but I was talking to someone today about Terrell Owens and his Hall of Fame experience. He doesn't have a team that's willing to support his Hall of Fame experience because it's expensive. Right. If he had played for one team for a substantial period of time, he'd have a great Hall of Fame weekend.